ladies, I'm specifically talking to you. If you one of these level up chicks or these sprinkle women that's trying to go there and get some dude to pay for your dinner, this is not what that's for. I asked this question. I said, if you are a man who tells men not to approach women, then this conversation is not for you. Sit this one out so we can find tangible solutions. Thanks. So I put that disclaimer out there for a particular reason. You guys know that there are a lot of men in these spaces that have removed themselves from the dating market. This particular post is not for you. And this is based off of a conversation that I had with a young lady during one of our consults recently. She wanted to know where men, and I put the age 35 and up, I believe, where you guys go, for hobbies, where you hang out with. So I told her that I would put this question on all of my platforms, and I got some great feedback, but I also found some interesting information for her and any other women that's looking for places where men tend to hang out, mature men, right? Not necessarily the club, even though some people suggested the club. But yeah, I did that for a particular reason. Single men who are 35 years or older, what do you like to do for fun or hobbies? And are single women present? For example, I like to golf, but there's not a lot of women present. But if you're a man who likes to go to clubs and or lounges, I would assume that single women are present. So what do you like to do for fun? Or where would you tell men to go to find respectable women to possibly approach and or date? So it's not just I didn't ask this question just to see what you guys do for fun. I wanted to know, where do you go where there's a lot of women in the vicinity? They're mingling as well outside of the club, right? So I understand that there are a lot of men who like to, let's say, smoke cigars, okay? But there's not a lot of women present when you smoke cigars. So the reason why I asked that question, I want to see where it's it's both men and women where you guys can meet, talk, so on and so forth. So where to meet women? One guy said DJing at the club. One guy said Target, Walmart, places by hair and nail salons. That was actually pretty clever, because I know that if there's a hair and nail salon, the women are there, and they may have some restaurants where the ladies like to go eat or something like that. So that was actually pretty clever. If you want to meet women, you can go to restaurants or coffee shops that's near a hair and nail salon, and that may be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. So we got salsa dancing, but I'm not sure if it's a lot of men there, right? You let me know. Okay. Go read at a coffee shop. Yeah, there'll probably be women there. Charity work, okay. The gym, of course. We actually, me and a young lady, we actually talked about the gym on our consult, so that's already been addressed. Museums, museum events, language exchange clubs, hiking clubs, sailing clubs, the library, run clubs. We discussed that. Speed dating, the grocery store, Comic Cons, yeah. Grocery store, church community events, not necessarily the church, because we understand that the majority of men that are there are either married or they're LGBT, right? So, I mean, that's just, it is what it is. So, music festivals, be good. Poetry lounges, and dog parks. Yeah, the dog parks thing, that dog game thing is actually a real thing. But yeah, the musical events, and we may be a little bit spoiled here in Houston, because all of the things that you guys mentioned, I'm pretty sure you can do here, right? You can find somewhere that musical events, museum events. Houston has it all. And luckily for the young woman that I had the consult with, she is actually in Houston. So she wanted to know where guys hang out. But I did do a little bit of research on my own, just to make sure that I got this young lady the best information possible. And this may actually help some of the single men in the chat as well. Single men and single women. I don't know if you guys know about this.
Really just be doing anything. Tomorrow I am going out with a group of strangers. I don't know who they are at all. I don't know what restaurant we going to, the after spot we going to. I don't know nothing about nothing. But it's tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And tonight they're actually showing us some of the people in our group, I guess. It doesn't really give much detail. It just says your group. I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I just be doing anything. So we're going to see how this goes. So the app is called Timeleft. I did put it in the hashtags and I did comment it on the post. I'm not gatekeeping at all. I don't know if it's in any other cities or states or whatever. I just know it's in Atlanta. That's where I'm at. I think you probably have to download it and see if it's in your city, state, whatever.
So if you guys didn't understand what she was saying, there's an app called Timeleft. And on this app, they have a program called Dinner with Strangers. So she was explaining that she went on Timeleft and she scheduled a dinner with strangers, and she actually went and she had a pretty good time. And it's basically exactly what it sounds like. She went and had dinner with people who signed up, and and they went out there and they mingled and they got to meet each other. So I think that would be a great way for both men and women to network or try possibly find a mate by going to Dinner with Strangers. And I'll show you the app here. So this is the app, Timeleft. Meet new people, right? Meet strangers at dinner, okay? And then these are the places where you can go to Timeleft. She didn't know, but I went to the website and I found it. So it's in Albuquerque, Atlanta, Austin, Baltimore, Boston, Charlotte, seems like all the major cities. And it's actually here in Houston, as you guys can see as well. Wherever you stay, do you see your city on there? And then also, it's actually around the world pretty much. So and I just grabbed this screenshot. There's other countries as well. You see it's in alphabetical order right there. So they have a bunch of other countries as well. But in the States, here are the cities that you can actually sign up for Dinner with Strangers. That's pretty cool. Oh, and let me put this disclaimer out here before this, and I don't want this to turn into something that becomes a social media project where we get people signing up for Timeleft. They're going to meet, people, Dinner with Strangers. And then you're going to get women in there that's expecting to charm their way into making the men pay for their meal. That's not what it's for, ladies. On the website, it specifically says that everybody is responsible for their own meal. So, ladies, I'm specifically talking to you. If you one of these level up chicks or these sprinkle women that's trying to go there and get some dude to pay for your dinner, this is not what that's for. Bring your own money and pay for your meal, whatever you buy, okay? And then after the dinner, they do suggest that you guys go to like some after hour spot for drinks so you can continue the quote unquote party, right? But this is not a place where we get, these soft life women that's showing up there with no money and you expecting the guys to pay for your food. And then when they don't, you sitting there going to social media and you calling them broke. So I want to put that disclaimer out there. Don't go there without no money, ladies. I'm talking to you, okay? Because I know that shit could happen. We go, oh man, I went to Timeleft and Dinner with Strangers, and them men didn't even buy my food or my drinks. Like, bro, that's not for it. And I know that may sound frivolous, but you guys know the conversations in social media. It's a lot of women out there hunting for guys. I actually had a video of a woman that literally sat at her table eating, looking around for men to pay for her dinner.
You spot your target who's going to pay your bill, but a waiter is having a long-ass conversation with him.
Yes, this actually happened. There are literally women out there that go to clubs and or bars and lounges looking for rich men to pay for their drinks and pay for their food. This is not the place for that, okay?